Hello everyone, happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy if you guys are new here, and I am a third year law student. So grab a beverage, grab a snack. I was gonna get a Starbucks, however 2022 is the year of the health queens, so we have a lemon and cucumber water instead. So I thought that it was about time we do another catch-up video. Now I haven't done one of these in probably about over 6 months. I think I haven't done one in ages, so I thought it was about time. So I asked you guys for some questions on Instagram to see what you wanted to know, and yeah, I have a good amount. I didn't leave it that long because I only posted it this morning, so hopefully we have enough. I think we do, to be fair. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through them and let you guys know what everyone said. So okay, so the first one, which honestly me too right now, but I am getting back into it, is how do you get up so early? I really struggle with getting up early. So right now I am too, because I got into a horrible routine over Christmas of going to bed after midnight and not waking up until like 9:30. So what I've been doing is gradually going to bed a little bit earlier each night, and then the key, honestly, the key to getting up early is to get up early, because then you're tired at night. And that's the thing about getting up early, is you need to have sleep. Like I won't, during like term time, I get up between like 6 and 7 normally, and I need to go get into my bed at like 9:15. I read for an hour and I'm asleep at like 10 o'clock, because I can't function without 8 hours sleep. So that, for a lot of people, that'll be the key. It's literally, you need to go to bed early to be able to get up early, because if you go to bed after midnight, there's no way, you'll just be exhausted and then you're not going to want to do it. But for me, really the key is just being disciplined and just being like, okay, well, am I just going to be annoyed at myself if I stay in my bed until 9 o'clock? Because I know that I get that. Like if it's during term time and I don't get up, it's just like, it just gives me the fear. So a tip I would give you is try 5 minutes earlier. So going to bed like 5 minutes earlier, 5 minutes earlier in the morning, and just doing it gradually until your body adjusts. Because it genuinely, it would be like a time zone. Like you start going to bed at like 9 o'clock and getting up at like 7 is going to be like you're 3 hours behind of what you typically are. So yeah, just little things. Tire yourself out in the day, try and move as much as you can, get to bed early. That's the key. Get to bed as early as you can so you can wake up earlier. What are you planning to do after graduation? Now I have had so many of these questions. So I am in third year of law school, or university, and I go to university in Scotland. So our degrees are 4 years, that's 4 years long. So I'm in third year, and after uni I have to do the diploma, or I think the diploma is like the LPC in England, I don't really know. And then after that you do a 2-year traineeship. So currently I'm applying for all of these summer placements and all of these things, and to be honest with you, it's exhausting. The application processes are so long. The applications themselves take me, anyway, at least over an hour per one, and then for most of them you have to do psychometric testing, which don't even get me started about that. But yeah, it's a very long process, but it's what you have to do. The profession that I chose is incredibly competitive, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to suck up and get on with it. But yeah, it is tough, I'm not gonna lie, and it's something that you have to kind of be aware of if you're looking to do law, because it's not just 3 years if you're in England and 4 years in Scotland. It's 3 or 4, then a diploma, and then 2 years of a traineeship before you can even practice. So yeah, it's a long haul. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's not just like another degree where you just do 3 years and then you get a job. Like it's not as easy as that, unfortunately. So yeah, my plan is to do that and then to get into a firm. Another question which I got asked is what kind of area and industry am I interested in. So I really enjoy the kind of corporate and commercial side of it. I really like business, and I find it super interesting. I think that it's a lot more interesting to me in terms of like the business side than the like individual side of like criminal and family and stuff. So it's more of like a larger scale with like a lot more like investigation and like that kind of thing, as opposed to just like individuals. but that's just personally me. I find that I tend to perform a lot better in those kind of modules than I do in the other ones, and I find them a lot more interesting. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. What are your goals for 2022? I split my goals into financial, socials and business, personal and uni. Now for uni, my goal is to maintain my grade that I'm at now. So I'm currently maintaining a high 2-1, so I want to continue to do that in third year, or second semester of third year rather. So my personal goals are, I want to get better at yoga because I love yoga. So I want to learn to do a headstand because I can't do them. I just can't do them. I want to focus on more healthy habits, so getting back into like my routines of mindfulness and all this kind of stuff. I just kind of lost it over Christmas, but that's okay. I want to run more and get more comfortable with running long distances, and I want to do a pull-up because I can't do one and my boyfriend makes fun of me all the time for not being able to do one, so I want to do that. I have some just kind of like growth, what am I looking for? What word am I looking for? Like goals? Growth goals? I don't know. It's for like numbers of what I want. But to be honest with you, those I focus less on because it gets like, it's out of your control. The thing is if your videos don't get pushed to more people, or people don't engage in them or whatever, then more people won't find them and your channels won't grow. So to me, I try and kind of like desensitize myself from the numbers, because it tends to get quite obsessive and then I get upset if it isn't growing, and then if like videos that I worked really hard on don't do well or things like that. So I just kind of like take a step back. I create what you guys want to see and what I think is good content and what I enjoy to create, and yeah, we take it as it is. You guys are my favorite anyway. So yeah, financial goals, I have numbers which I'm not going to share just because dad always taught me never to talk about money, but I have like numbers of amounts I want to save and invest and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a goal for me this year, definitely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They're quite unspecific ones this year. Just kind of more, well, they kind of aren't actually, to be fair, but just they're not that crazy. What fields of law do you want to go into? I'm in 6th year, just applied to study law. Already answered that, but yeah, the first little while of your law degree you don't get to choose anyway, but it's good to try them all out and see what you like, because I initially thought when I went into first year, I was like, I want to do criminal law and I'm gonna be a criminal lawyer, and I did criminal law and I was like, I don't like this. So it's really interesting when you go into it and you actually learn about the different ones and study the different ones and see kind of what the content's like and what each subject and how they work and which ones you respond well to. It's really interesting to me. My ideas of what I wanted to do completely changed when I actually got into uni, from like the 5 years before uni that I thought I was going to do criminal law. So it just shows you. After uni, what do you want to do, a master's and PhD or not? No, I don't think so. For me, my degree is going to take me 7 years anyway, so I don't really think a 4-year PhD is in the cards for me. I kind of just want to get into a job and get going. I think a lot of people who do academia and like PhDs and stuff like that go on to teach. Because yeah, to me a master's maybe just to like grow my knowledge, but I think for me it's probably once I've done my like 7 years that I need to do, once I've done the traineeship, I will hopefully just get into a job. General chat about vacation schemes. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, vacation schemes are basically like summer internships that you do, and a lot of the time when you go into vacation schemes, they will allow you, if you do well anyway, they will interview you for traineeships at the same company, and it kind of saves you a lot of time. So I've been doing those applications over Christmas, which is very long, but what can you do? How do you keep concentration for so many hours doing uni work? I can't focus for long. I think there's a few things you can do. Is number one, eliminate distractions. I think phones are your worst enemy when you're trying to study. So I use this app called Forest, and I'll show you what it is. This is not sponsored by any means, just so you're all aware. I use it all the time and I love it. So it looks like this, and you select the amount of time you want to work for. So like you can scroll all the way around here and do like 100 minutes if you wanted to, or do 15, and it basically puts your phone on like like if you leave the app, it'll kill your tree. So like as you go through the time limit, you will grow a tree and it goes into your forest, and then if you come off the app, it'll kill your tree, so you'll have a dead tree in your forest, which is not cute for anyone. So I find that I really like it because I don't like to kill my trees, and it stops me going off my phone. So like it won't stop you getting notifications, because obviously you can go off it and if it's an emergency you can kill your tree, but for me it just kind of keeps me focused for the amount of time that I want to be on the app for. So if I've got like reading to do, I'll focus for 30 minutes and then I'll go and take a break. So for me also the Pomodoro technique really works. I do a lot of like study with me's on here where I use that method, and I do like 25 minutes and then a 5-minute break, or 45 minutes and a 10-minute break. Like I work in that because to me you can't focus for 4 hours straight, especially if you're doing heavy work like law reading or things like that. Really anything, to be honest with you, unless it's like super easy and you could keep going because it doesn't really require much focus. But for me, I can't focus for that long, so I have to take little breaks, and I like go to the toilet, fill up my water, keep doing things like that, have snacks, keep hydrated. Hydration for me honestly solves like literally every single problem in the world. Like tiredness, you're probably dehydrated, like there's so many things that drinking loads of water can help. So yeah, that's a big tip for me. And honestly, just being disciplined I think is the biggest one. People ask me this all the time, like how do you stay so motivated, how do you do this? And the thing is, you're not motivated all the time. It's impossible. If anybody says they're motivated every single day, they're lying, because the thing that underpins motivation is discipline. Now, you get to a point where you are motivated, but on the days that you're not motivated, you're disciplined enough to go through that. So there's days where I'm like, ugh, like sack this, I want to stay in my bed, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to do this. But then I'm like, well, you're not going to achieve any of the things you want to achieve if you stay in your bed all day. So for me, it's like in the back of my head, I'm like, nah, doesn't matter. You block out the negative thoughts and you do it anyway. Even if you wake up one day and you feel like shit and you don't want to do it, that's the thing that you have to work on, is just being like, no, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to go and do, regardless of whether or not I'm tired or whether or not I'm this or that. You just have to get up and you just have to do it. And I think that's the thing for me, like when I set my mind to doing something, I do it. And doing the opposite of what I want to do is not going to get me to where I want to be. So yeah, that's more what I think about. And like, what are the other people who are in the same position as you doing? Are they in their bed, or are they up, or are they already done a spin class and they're studying, or what are they doing? So for me, I'm quite a competitive person, so that works really well for me. But I think you just have to find what motivates you and what will get you out of bed. Like focus on what you want and just kind of strive towards that, I guess. Do you want to stay in the UK or move abroad? Where and why? One day, I think, definitely. I think I maybe want to do a while in London. I think the kind of like big city life appeals to me, especially like when I'm younger. And I think that it would be a really cool lifestyle to experience. And there's obviously a lot of opportunities down there. I would love to live in London for a little bit. But I also feel like I would love to have children in Australia. I think I love the lifestyle. I've been to Australia and it just really appealed to me. I think the way that like, just the way they live, the sun, the beaches, like it's just an incredible place to live. And I feel like it's very representative of kind of like British, like it's the same kind of culture. It's just like warmer. So yeah, I think Australia maybe one day. We'll see though. How do you save money? This is a good one actually. So for me, I obviously am very lucky that I still live at home. Yeah, whatever money I make, I try and do the philosophy of a third, a third and a third. So I put a third into savings, a third into investments, and then I obviously spend money. What I don't spend, I put into whatever else I need to. But a thing that I've actually really thought was cool, and the person who I heard this from initially was actually Molly May, and she said if there's anything I can't afford 3 times over, I don't buy it. So if you think like obviously a Starbucks, you could buy that 3 times over, but is it like a new pair of trainers that are like 100 quid? Could you afford them 3 times over? If you can't, then you can't afford it. And I like to kind of just live by that. Like if there's something big I want, unless I could afford it 3 times over, I don't buy it. And I just try and limit myself. Like I don't, if I'm out and I'm like, oh, I want a Starbucks, but like I'm going home, well, I have an espresso machine at my house which makes incredible coffee, so why would I pay £5 for a coffee when I can make one myself in literally 25 minutes? So it's things like that. I just try to kind of like rationalize myself. And don't get me wrong, I like splurge when I want to, I buy myself things all the time, but also I just try and save as much as I can and think, okay, well, where would that £5 actually be better, me drinking a coffee that's going to be gone in 2 seconds and I'm going to be home and I can make my own, or would it be better being invested and making me more money and things like that. So yeah, I just try and live by that as much as I can. But yeah, what are you looking forward to most this year? I mean, I have zero planned this year, literally nothing. Me and Callum kind of want to go on holiday, and we're thinking about going to like Portugal or Croatia because we really want to go to Thailand, but I think until this mess is over, which isn't happening anytime soon by the looks of it, we don't really want to go anywhere and then it get like cancelled and then with all the like money back and everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna steer clear and maybe go somewhere in Europe. So that hopefully we can get away somewhere, but other than that I've got no idea. How did you get into fitness, and any advice for anyone trying to start? I love exercising. I think that it is incredibly good for you. I love the way that it makes me feel like mentally. I love like getting fresh air, doing walks. I love going to the gym, but I think the most important thing for me was trying out different things. Like I now really love yoga. I do Pilates. I think it's just trying out different kind of, like, if you go to a gym where they run classes, you can try classes, like you could try spin. Just for me, what I would say is try as many things as you can to figure out what you enjoy, because not everybody's going to enjoy weightlifting, not everyone's going to enjoy cardio. Like if you like running, I think just finding what you enjoy is the best thing you can do, because you're not going to want to go 5 days or 3 days a week if you hate it. And I think that it's super, super important when you're doing something like exercise. You need to kind of learn to love it. So I think that is everything. If there's any more questions you guys have, because I always remember that like not all of you guys follow me on Instagram, so if you want to get involved you can go and follow me over there, or if you have any other questions, pop them in the comments and I can respond to you guys down there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. The uni videos will be back in a couple of weeks. Now I'm gonna go to London next week because it's my sister's birthday, so you can look out for that vlog. So I'm traveling down there for literally like 3 days, and then I'm coming back up because we start uni in the last week in January. So yeah, we're nearly back in, which is crazy. I feel like the Christmas holidays have just literally flown by. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, like this video so it gets pushed to other people, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.